This is Black Titanic. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. This is Damon. What you gonna say, Damon?
A mix. So we take it back. I've been really trying, baby. Trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And it feel like I feel, baby. Come on. Oh, come on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's love, sugar. Let's get it on. Sugar. Let's get it on. Hey, we're all sensitive people. It's all worth to be. I'm happy, sugar. Since we got to be this late, I love you, baby. Nothing wrong with me, but you. I'm not. Yeah, give your stuff to me. Never be wrong. Oh, if your love is true, oh, baby, baby, baby. Cause ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand. When I take it to my pocket, I'm the one to spend. I think people still coming up with legs wide. Rock the game. But I stick a half kid, I guess I'm dead president. I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, but now I think of all the devious things I did.
All right. Okay. This is Black Titanic.
You already know.
This is Damon. Damon, introduce yourself. Damon, what's
Peace
your
and
name?
y'all, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see who I am. Damon C. Scott, that's D-A-M-O-N, middle initial C, last name Scott, like the tissue, but I ain't gonna wipe the head.
Okay, I need y'all to get them lights up, okay? Hey, Damon, let me get...
Who's going to be working on his appeal. Did y'all hear about that? We cannot be like these old Sambos out here bucking their eyes. You need all that now. You put it in Metcalf. No. We know our children don't need to see all of that buck dancing. Oh yeah, Clive Davis passed away. Yeah. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll get on that tomorrow. But as far as our brother Karmelo, new revelation, there's a new legal team, ladies and gentlemen, for Karmelo. Did y'all know that? There's a brand new legal team who's going to be working on his appeal. Did y'all hear about that? There's a whole legal team. Now, they're working pro bono. It's a whole legal team down there, and they're connected with the DNC. These are Democrat-connected law firms, which is cool. That shows the pressure of the black grassroots. We've been calling out the DNC and NAACP, all of these people that were somewhat silent during the trial. Remember, the DNC connected people, they weren't really saying nothing during this trial. All right? Okay? They weren't really saying nothing. So now that this brother got the book thrown at him unjustly, people are looking at the DNC like, hey, what's up? So now they made an announcement today that he has a heavy-hitting coalition specializing in civil rights, appellate law, criminal defense. They're going to be working on this thing pro bono. They got Gary Bledsoe from the Bledsoe Law Firm. They're a major player in civil rights law. He's currently the president of the Texas NAACP. All right? So many people believe his involvement is going to signal a direct challenge to the racial dynamics of the trial and the jury selection. I really need them to get on that. They're going to sit up there and get a white jury in this case like that and just excuse and strike out all the black jurors. That was some real janky shit they pulled. They got a sister named Brooke Clues, I think that's her name, and she's connected to the Ben Crump law firm. She's, from what I understand, recognized at that firm that's known for taking high-profile, racially charged civil rights cases. So that brings national media visibility and institutional pressure to the appeal process. You got this guy, Russell Law, at the law office of Russell Wilson down there. Russell Wilson, he's an expert in criminal defense and appellate strategies. You got Michael Ware, that's a criminal defense attorney down there with a strong background in post-conviction reviews. Yeah, some of these people are white, and some of these are white.
This is Tariq Nasheed, enlighten us on Kamala Anthony's new attorney.
People, by the way, it's black and white people. You got Sean Dia, I think he's Punjabi. So they said he's a high-level criminal defense and appellate strategist lawyer. And it's interesting to see how this thing is going to go down. It's interesting to see how it's going to go down, ladies and gentlemen. But these are supposed to be some high-powered heavy hitters that's involved with the case now. These are supposed to be some hitters. And that's good. It's not a complaint. That is good, ladies and gentlemen. That is good. We need that, because what we don't need are these goofball opportunists and trolls out here basically trolling the family for clout. Yeah, another guy they got is a cat named Justin Moore. He's a civil rights attorney down there. Excuse me. I'm getting these weird people trying to get on. So it's very interesting to see how this is going to play out. See, here's the thing, man. The black grassroots.
I agree, y'all. Let me just see what some of the subscribers are saying. It's saying, Kamala Anthony, Mixmaster Mick says, Kamala Anthony, new attorney or a sixth lawyer, pro bono appellate team made up of civil rights, criminal defense. Now, 662 says, it can't get any worse than that bozo he had before. Free Kamala Anthony. Oh, 662, I agree with you. Yeah, that's a good word for his ex-attorney. And then Tracy said the NAACP urgently and CBC is useless. Cancel. You know, Tracy, when they named that NAACP, I just had the same feeling that you had, because anyway, I don't want to bring that kind of energy here, but I did feel the same as you, Tracy. Junior said Jeff mad as hell, punching his wife. Yeah, funny you can say that, because I do have the next tape where they're calling in. They calling in harassing the amazing Lucas, y'all. They mad, and all those white tea people are calling in, just voicing their opinion and yelling at the amazing Lucas, y'all. That's the next video. Umar, he's talking about the Carmelo Anthony case, y'all, versus the Austin Marquez daddy is saying that, you know, we as FBAs, we always forgiving people. It don't matter if they harm our kids or what have you, we forgive. But he says that Mr. Metcalf has never forgiven Carmelo. Let's just listen. This is Dr. Umar.
The minute they got the phone call, we don't teach people to respect black life because we forgive them as soon as they take black life. You ain't never seen no white person forgive no black person. Even in a justifiable homicide, which is what Karmelo's situation was, they ain't never forgiven. Only black people do that. It has nothing to do with Jesus, Muhammad, or spirituality. It's about your need for white validation. Do you think that the 35 years felt like justice, though?
It should have never came to that, first of all. It should have never came to that, first of all.
So you think he should have got off innocent of the charges that was brought on Karmelo Anthony?
Let's go back, because you're putting the cart before the horse. Let's go back to the indictment from the grand jury. The grand jury decided Karmelo would be charged with murder. Who's on the grand jury, Loom? You don't know. It's a secret. I want you to see how white supremacy operates behind the scenes. You can't challenge the grand jury, Loom, because you don't even know who they are.
Right.
So the people who decided this 17-year-old would be charged with murder are complete secrets. And you and I both know they all white. Are you with me? So first, deal with the grand jury. Him being charged with murder was a crime in and of itself.
So what do you say about the...
Let me give you one more. You're moving too fast. Hold on. In Texas, if you're 17, you're automatically tried as an adult. Grand jury had no control over that. Are you with me?
Yes.
He was 17. He's automatically tried as an adult, but he doesn't automatically have to be indicted with murder. That could have been aggravated, right? Manslaughter.
Right.
There's a whole list of crimes that could have went with
So
him.
you're saying he should have been charged, is not with the first-degree murder or whatever. Was it first degree?
He didn't have to be charged at all.
So
This could have been self-defense.
a white young boy body drops and you think he should not have been charged?
The reason you labeled it a white boy is you're putting it within the context of the racism of American society. Let me flip it around for you, Lou. If two 210-pound football players, black football players, walk up to a 135-pound black boy, grab him by the hoodie, put him in a headlock, try to jump him and stomp him out, and that white boy unintentionally stabs him, or he falls onto the white boy's knife, which is what we believe happened. Okay? Austin fell onto Karmelo's knife trying to attack him because the knife is 3.5 inches. The cut was only 2. Loon, if I'm stabbing you, why am I going halfway with a knife blade that's only 3.5 inches? You fell onto my knife. Regardless, Loon, do you really think those 2 black boys who fell on that white boy's knife are going to get convicted of murder in 35 years?
No.
Do you think they even get indicted with murder?
That's a fact.
No, they don't. You know why? Because there's the case of another boy by the name of Kason Allison. Have you heard of him?
No.
Same year, same state.
Former Belton High student Kason Allison was sentenced today to the maximum 10 years in prison for the fatal stabbing of fellow student Joe Ramirez.
This comes after a jury found Allison guilty of criminally negligent homicide, and a judge added a deadly weapon enhancement to his potential sentence. 6 News reporter Sydney Walker was in the courtroom for today's sentencing and has the latest.
Nearly 3 years after Joe Ramirez died, the man who stabbed him will spend a decade behind bars. Judge Wade Faulkner sentenced Allison to 10 years in confinement in the institutional division. This comes after 9 witnesses testified, including the mothers of both Ramirez and Allison, school employees who responded to the stabbing, and Allison's therapist. 3 Belton ISD staff members described lasting trauma from that day, sleepless nights, anxiety, and PTSD. One teacher said the incident forced her into medical retirement. Joe's family tearfully shared how his loss has changed their lives and say they haven't received true justice. The defense presented Allison's parents and counselor, who testified about his growth and remorse over 3 years of therapy, revealing that Allison is now a father. Defense attorney Boyd warned that prison would be a, quote, death sentence for his client and asked for just 2 years. But prosecutors successfully argued for the maximum, calling Ramirez's death, quote, entirely avoidable. When Faulkner announced the 10-year sentence, Ramirez's family erupted in applause and cheers. The judge quickly restored order while Allison's family sat in stunned silence. Following the sentencing, Ramirez's mother took the stand, looked Allison in the eye, and said, quote, you get this measly 10-year sentence while I'm serving a life sentence without my son. The DA's office said, quote, they hope today's verdict can allow Joe's family and our community to move forward. Allison was immediately taken into custody and booked into the Bell County Jail, where he began his sentence today. In Belton City.
What happened in Kason Allison's case, Lou? This white boy invited this Latino boy to the school's bathroom for a fight. The white boy, Kason Allison, was armed with a knife. He invites him to fight him with a knife. And in the course of the fight, he pulls out the knife, stabs the Latino 4 times. He dies alone. Same year, same state. He doesn't get charged with murder. He got charged with aggravated involuntary manslaughter or something to that effect. Guess what his sentence was? What? Premeditated. Karmelo didn't know they was coming into the tent. Kason's case, he invited the boy. He invited him to the bathroom, shanked him 4 times alone, murdered him. Even the students in the school said he was saying he wanted to put him on life support. Guess what his charge was? Aggravated involuntary manslaughter or something similar. Guess what the sentence was? 10 years. Guess when he'll get parole? In 5. Help me understand something, Lou. Help me understand. Karmelo Anthony, Kason Allison. Same age, same state. The one, self-defense. Murder conviction, 35 years. The other, premeditated stabbing 4 times. Aggravated manslaughter. It's crazy. 10-year sentence. He's home in 5. Because Karmelo was convicted of murder, Loon, he has to do half the sentence. Yes. 17 and a half years. Kason Allison, 4 shanks. He'll be home in 5.
So, you guys, Dr. Umar is correct, you know. This is the Dred Scott decision that we're looking at. The Dred Scott decision. I think it was 1865, y'all. But I know Judge Taney was rude, that no black person coming through the courtroom will never have the same right or be respected as a white tea person. And it's still the law, y'all. Nobody has never challenged that law, the Dred Scott case. In case y'all didn't know who Dred Scott was, he was that slave that challenged the court that him and his wife and his kids deserve to be free.
He done that night. Can Dr. Umar acquit a white boy of murder and self-defense? And I personally believe the reason Toby was put on Karmelo's defense was to feed the strategy to the prosecutor. If you know,
So fans are speaking. Yeah, Pero. What's that? Pair of queens says, when Umar cook, we feast. Yes, there's no doubt about it. There's time when Dr. Umar sounds so intelligent, and there's that time when he says something make you go, now where did that come from? You know. But anyway, Ty's Jim 7 says, I can listen to Dr. Umar. I can listen to Dr. Umar all day. Oh, the passion, the intellect reaches my soul every time. And then he say, damn, Dr. Umar knows more about the case than I do. Details, says Ty's Jim. Now, eccentric gonna chime in. I remember when Dr. Umar was the first to say that Kobe Bryant's helicopter was sabotaged. Let me say it again. Eccentric said, I remember when Dr. Umar was the first to say that Kobe Bryant's helicopter was sabotaged. But our people didn't receive that. Now, he said that. Hey, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Y'all, I need 4,000 more watch hours, y'all, so I can be monetized. Anyway, thanks everybody for their support. This is Black Titanic. I mean it, y'all. Hit that like button, share it, and subscribe. So this is taken from the Amazing Lucas, but White Tea People is in disagreement, y'all. He has a call in, and they are pissed that black people are siding with Kamala. And even worse now, they're even mad over the appeal and the dream team. Let's listen.
The majority of people would take them being alive versus dead.
Lucas, I got another one last question to ask you. Do you really think this case had anything to do with race?
This case, I don't see any racial factor. I think him being a bully.
Okay.
Now I have to disagree because when one thing they had was an all-white jury, y'all. Now, never in the history, I'm over 70 years old, and never in the history of this country have an all-black jury preside over white people in a criminal murder case.
Was
So
the issue?
If the roles were reversed, you would support Austin Metcalf?
If the roles were reversed, yeah, I would support.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay.
But I don't think anyone else would. I think all the people who are celebrating Carmelo Anthony would not. So that puts me in a position where I can support, right?
Wait. You mean the like black tribalist people that are supporting Carmelo Anthony?
No, it has nothing. I haven't brought up race in my defense of Carmelo Anthony this entire time. So I think it's a coping mechanism of people trying to make it, oh, you're just supporting Carmelo because he's black. When it's literally the only reason that many white people are supporting Austin is because he's white. Because the races have been reversed.
I don't think that's true, sir. I do not.
It's 100% true. We've seen this hypocrisy times 10. We can look at Ashley Babbitt. Who do they support? Did you support the black officer who told her to stop? Or did they support the white criminal who completely disobeyed lawful orders, broke into the Capitol? They supported the criminal, the white criminal. So, no, I don't want to hear this. Well, that's not true. We've seen multiple times where white people have absolutely made it about race. I'm not saying all. I'm saying those that do. So to try and act like, even right now, even the UK, they're having rights. But besides that, to act like if two big buff black kids, right, who are over 200 pounds, were to go and approach and accost a little white kid at 140 pounds, right? You're telling me that the majority of white people are like, oh yeah, that was totally murder. He totally murdered. Of course not.
Yes,
of course not.
So you're trying to.
They would say that, hey, the white kid killed that black dude in self-defense. The black kid was being a bully. He was bullying the little white kid. All right.
I would hope, and I do believe the majority, like 90%, 99% of white people would support.
So wonder why that never came up, the bullying that allegedly those Metcalf twins were suspended, you guys. They were suspended. They're the ones that had no business on that track. And then when we talk about black people, man, if you look at the Metcalf dad and his background, none of that was brought into play. But when we talk about black people now, had it been Carmelo would have had a dad like the Metcalf. They would have ran the day and night, 24 hours about the dysfunctional black family with the absentee dad. But Carmelo is the opposite of these guys. Carmelo don't have a reputation of being a bully. Carmelo, yes, a student captain of any team. I don't know, the track team, football team, what have you. So let's keep it going. Disagree with Dave. This is Lucas, the amazing Lucas, right? White people are mad.
Would support that kid getting caught?
You can hope that, but historically and even presently, that's not the case.
Okay, I get racism exists and all, but all right. I saw one of your commenters talk about Case and Allison, and how people are. I guess she wanted you to ask me about that. But the Case and Allison, if I may, this is your channel. I don't want to whatever, but the Case and Allison case, the reason he got 10 years, and the fact he even got 10 years at all is fucking absurd because the case, the Carmelo case and the Case and Allison case are completely different. Case and Allison was trapped in a restroom with 4 dudes that were like planning on beating him up, and said as much. He pulled the knife out to dissuade them from attacking him, and they still beat him up, and he only used the knife in self-defense.
From my understanding, I'm not too familiar with the case, but from my understanding, he brought the knife to kill them, right? I believe it was premeditated, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so, because he said he doesn't want to fight, but there's 4 dudes jumping him in a bathroom. It's not like he can easily run away. So I don't think he brought the knife to stab him. I think he just had it. Are
you really familiar with the case? Because I'm not truly familiar with the case.
Y'all see how white supremacists work. Like Tariq always say, I'm white and I say so. Now, that case right there, he can make an excuse for it because why was involved a white student, right? But anyway, you guys, about that knife, they keep saying it was a knife. It was his Boy Scout. Allegedly, he had a Boy Scout kit, right? And the coach asked him to help build their tent. But Kamala got there a little earlier than the bus with the tent on it, right? So let's put things into perspective. He had that anyway. And most of all the children, if they're on track team or they've been a Boy Scout before, they have that kit. That's right. That's right. That's right, y'all. That's right. Go ahead. What your name is? What your name is?